Ladies and gents, this is Welcome to Hell by the Rowan Atkinson. This is a stand-up bit, and this is quite recent. It's end of 2018, December 26, 2018. So this is from 2019 apparently. So just 2 years ago. So this is quite recent. Glad to see that Rowan Atkinson still has grasp over his comedy still after all these years. Knowing him is just going to be awesome. His timing and his just expression are just impeccable. What even small things he said just gets a laugh. Just saying the names alone gets a laugh. So let's watch this. I don't know if I reacted to this or not, but I did a lot of videos, so I don't know. But I think I reacted to this way before. I don't know.
Now, we're very lucky to be here at the London Palladium tonight because this stage has played host to some truly legendary performers in its time. Harry Houdini,
Peter Andre,
Frank Sinatra,
Little Mix,
Aretha Franklin,
the Venga Boys,
the Beatles,
Mr. Tumble.
and we're very pleased to welcome another legend onto the...
I don't know what he's on about, but I recognize all the names that he said. Venga Boys, Little Mix, Mr. Tumbles. I don't know what he's on about.
stage.
Joining the ranks of the Venga Boys and Mr. Tumble, it's Rowan Atkinson!
Basically Hall of Fame right there. Look at the way he walked down.
Hello. It's nice to see you all here. Now, as the more perceptive of you have probably realized by now, this is hell. And I am the devil. Good evening. But you can call me Toby if you like. We try to keep things informal here, as well as infernal. That's just my little joke. Now, you're all here for eternity, which I hardly need tell you is a heck of a long time. But I'm sure you'll all get to know each other pretty well by the end. But for now, I'm going to have to divide you up into groups, if that's okay. Can you hear me at the rack? Well, if you'd stop screaming, that would help. Okay, now, murderers. Murderers? Over here, please.
People actually went here.
Very much indeed. Looters and pillagers, over here, please. Thieves, if you could join us, and lawyers. You're in that one. You'd like to come down there. Thank you very much indeed. Yes, there's plenty of room. If the hedge fund managers would just move along a tiny bit. There we go. Fornicators, if you could step forward. My God, there are a lot of you. You're down here, but first, if you could form a queue in front of that small guillotine in the corner there. Thank you very much indeed. The French. Are you?
The French. Oh man, seeing the more past 2 decades, seeing all the Top Gears and knowing all the British comedy, watching Blackadder. I love how British just goes the French. Whenever there's a chance, they just always go after French.
Parfait. And the Americans.
The Americans.
Yes, look, I'm sorry about this. Apparently, God had a little falling out with your founding fathers and damned the entire nation in perpetuity. He sends particular condolences to the Mormons, who he realizes put in an awful lot of work. But never mind, if you'd just like to come down here, yes. If you'd just like to keep clear of that big space there, we're reserving for a Mr. Trump.
Mr. Trump.
Atheists?
Got a reaction from everybody.
You must be feeling a right bunch of nitwits. Come down here.
That is true, man. And this reminds me of that one of the interviews that Ricky Gervais did. I'm an atheist, but if there is a hell or something like that, then yeah, basically science and everything let me down. So atheists going in the hell, like damn, we were so wrong.
Never mind. And everyone who saw Monty Python's Life of Brian. I'm sorry, turns out God can't take a joke after all. There, they're good. And Christians. Christians? Yes, I'm sorry. I'm afraid the Jews were right.
This is a great thing. People like, oh, this is all Christian thing. This is Christian Bible, and all thing. No, this is Jewish thing.
Thank you very much indeed.
Christians are going to hell too, apparently.
Well, that's about it. Are there any questions? Yes. No, I'm afraid we don't have any toilets. I don't know if you read your Bible, but I'm afraid it's damnation without relief. If you didn't go before you came, then I'm afraid you're not going to enjoy yourself very much. But then I...
That was so epic, man. That wasn't part of his bit. Just somebody said something from the crowd, and he just improvised. I love it, man.
I believe that's the idea. Okay, well, look, I'll see you all later at the barbecue. Or rather, on the barbecue. And generally, I just hope that you all have a terrible time. I'd like to leave you actually with another little joke of mine. I only know 2 jokes, informal, infernal, and this one. And this joke goes like this. It is, knock, knock. Who's there? Death. Death.
This was brilliant, man. This was a brilliant bit. Some of the jokes just hit right perfect at the time. I loved it, man. Especially the Jews thing. Christians, come on in. I love that part. And the French. Knowing the British, I knew that was coming. The French. Man, Rowan Atkinson is a legend, seriously.